For today's video, we're going to unbox this bicycle tire inflator that we got on Shopee. So it's around 900 baht. So you can see in the front, it has the generic name bicycle tire inflator. It says accurate, fast, powerful. And you can see the image. It has a screen. And on the side of the box, it says after the air pump works continuously for 3 minutes, it needs to rest for 8 minutes before using again. Be cautious as the air pump's outlet may become hot. Do not touch it. The software program is set to shut down after working continuously for 2.5 minutes. This is normal. Press the start button again to restart the air pump. And on the other side, it has the specs, the product name, related voltage 7.4 volts. Charging mode, it's Type C. Rated 10 watts. It has a 500 mAh battery. And inflation pressure range is from 3 to 150 psi. Okay, and on the other side, it has the warning when using the device. If the tire has air pressure, one is turn on the power of the device, start the inflation pump to operate normally, then connect the tire valve and proceed with inflation. Next is during the operation, if the tire is completely flat, connect the tire valve nozzle, start the inflation pump to inflate the tire. And on the other side, it has the 3 symbols, which is bicycle, your motorbike, and your sports equipment like basketballs or volleyballs. Okay, so that's about it for the box. Let's see. Let's try to open it. Okay, so once we open it, you could see the manual. Has 5 languages. So the product model is HW125. So this is a generic wireless intelligent inflation pump. So it doesn't have a brand name. So you could see product information, also warning usage, and of course you could change the type of valve. Could be a Presta or Schrader valve. Okay, here are the accessories included and inflation pressure chart. Next is matters needing attention before using this product. Power it on and start the air pump. Once it's working properly, connect it to the tire valve for inflation. After the air pump has been running for 2.5 minutes, it needs to be shut down. You need to rest for 10 minutes before using again. When replacing the air hose, remove the factory installed American-French inflation head, then securely attach the new air hose to the air pump. Each time you use it, you don't need to completely deflate the tire. Be cautious of high temperature of the air outlet nozzle. It can cause burns. So it has a diagram over here. Replace the nozzle diagram. Okay. Alright, so out of the box, this is what it looks like. It already has a protective covering, like a plastic kind of silicone protector. So it has 3 buttons. You have your plus, you have your power, you have your minus. I assume that you use for setting the correct PSI. It has a good looking screen over here. It weighs fairly. We'll get a weighing scale later on to check it out. And then you have this air ventilation over here. All right, and then this is the valve. So you could switch it. Let's check it out later, but yeah, this is how you mainly change the valve type. All right, let's turn it on. So when we turn it on, you just need to press the middle button and then it turns on. So out of the box, it's already charged. So you can see PSI and then the icon of the current mode, which is bicycle. So you could change it. So pressing the middle button actually turns on the inflator. So here you could see you can change the number of the PSI that you require. So for bicycles, I think it's around at least 100 for road bicycles. So this is what I will use this pump for. So it has a maximum of 150 PSI. So I think that's good enough for me. Okay. Okay. So if you press the minus button, it will actually select the mode. So here we have bicycle, we have motorbike, hope you could see that, and then you have the ball or sports equipments. So if you have, if you want to change it negatively, you could just press the plus button first and then press the minus button to actually set it properly. And once you have it set, you could click the middle button to start inflating. Okay. So let's check out the box. So after getting the pump, there is also some accessories underneath. So you could see here, we have like some sort of an extension of the valve. Okay. So you could use this as well. So next is the USB-A to USB-C cable for charging. And then you also have some accessories here for your ball. You can see it here. And then you also have the different nozzles for different pumps. Okay. All right, so let's check out the weight of the pump. So here's the weighing scale, and this is the bike inflator out of the box without any accessories. So let's see how it weighs. So it weighs around 176 grams. So compared to the branded ones, which is like Cycplus AS2 Pro, is around 120 grams. So this is 56 grams heavier. So it's a little bit bulky. Next, we're going to change the valve. So by default, it's using a Schrader valve. So we're going to change it to a Presto valve, which we're going to use for our road bike. So for us to actually change it, we need to unscrew the top portion. Okay, and you could see the valve over there. We need to remove that, and I'm going to use this specific tool to pull it out. Okay. All right, so now the valve is out. We need to use the valve that was provided earlier. So this is another one. So it mentions that you need to put the smaller valve outside or the outer area. Okay, so it looks like that. And then you could close it. So now you could use it for your Presto valves, like the tubes that you use for road bikes. So let's test it if it actually inflates. Now we put the air pump to the test to see how it performs. We're going to inflate this 700cc by 25 tire, and let's see how long it will take for it to inflate. So first step is to turn on the mini air pump. Alright, so the mini air pump is now on. You can see the battery. We selected the correct mode. Alright, and now we select the correct PSI. The buttons are very tactile. You could hear that. Alright, so now it's time to put it to the test. We have already changed the valve specifically for Presta valves for the road bike. Alright, so now it's fully deflated. We insert the mini pump, and of course we need to try and hold it. Let's start. So it reached around 65 and it stayed there for a while, but not bad. You could see that the tire is fully inflated. So you could also see the battery is now at 1 bar. So let's see if it actually holds up. So I didn't charge this out of the box. So overall, after we inflated the tire, you could notice that this part is really hot, so try to avoid touching it. Okay, and I think it performed well, especially if you really need to inflate your tire in case of emergencies. Let's say you got a pinch flat tire, you need to replace your inner tube and try to get home. So after that, of course, you need to be careful on touching the nozzle because it can get very hot. But yeah, I could also recommend this. I'll need to use it outdoors and see how it performs. So I'll be bringing this one in my cycling commutes here in Bangkok and try to see what else it could actually do in terms of emergencies that you need to change your tire, your inner tubes and such. So that's it. This is my review of this bicycle tire inflator, which is pretty generic. You could buy it in Shopee or eBay or even Amazon, I don't know. So just look for that generic box without a brand name. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See ya.